Good morning. Yesterday, I sort of lost my temper, sent a group message to the people that are at the very end of this. And I basically just like, there's only maybe like a handful of my husband's family members that are trafficking video, streaming video, pretending to be our security. For money, I guess. I don't know. Maybe they get grants to just be complete trolls to us and goblins. I'm not sure. But I mean, I can play back the audio. I'm not going to erase it. It's on Facebook. Feel free to look at it. But this is just in case they're one hacked or two, they're actually trafficking video footage, live streams, and recording videos of us. One, none of us consented to that. None of us, especially in the restrooms and shit like that. So, and none of us consented. My kids did not consent to being injected or consuming my plasma. They didn't want that in their bodies. They were tricked and poisoned, basically. I'm not saying I'm a poison, but I'm just saying, like, that was supposed to happen in labs so we would have a baseline, knowing that my mutation didn't happen until 32, 33. They probably weren't born that way. It's, like, the whole point. Like, now we'll never fucking know. Not for sure. I do have in my storage trunk. I did cut our hair before I mutated, all three of us. I was doing some kind of like a shaman like a shaman Christian sort of binding to protect us from evil sort of thing. I don't know. Our hair, all three of our hair is tied to like a note that I wrote to God to protect my kids or something. I don't know, but it's like this much hair. It probably has original DNA before mutations ever happened in the hair. I don't know if that could even be extracted, but I mean, now we have hair to hair follicle stuff, and that's about it. But yeah, I did threaten assassins. So I don't want here, let me be very clear. When I say 24/7 security for me, I mean these people are securing me from being monitored on phones, my son and daughter, and my niece and my nephew. But basically, their job is to secure me and my descendants. With witness security, their job is not to serial kill people for money. Their job is to make sure that people are not trafficking me to win lotteries, if they're not paying, compensating me 50%. Okay, their job is also to make sure, number one, the things we haven't consented to. So no recording me on videos, no recording my descendants on videos, unless we have explicitly said, yes, sure, record us, which we haven't. I have not explicitly said anything to indicate that I want to be recorded or live streamed on any kind of camera footage that's visible or hidden. So there's that. And then monitoring our phones. They won't let them, like, I don't even know if my son has a driver's license yet. He's almost 21. He hasn't been in college because his dad's a piece of shit. Acts like he's this stand-up guy, but he won't do what it takes. Like, my son's basically stepped in to be Trinity's mom and dad. Like, their dad is completely useless and like cutting me out of their lives just so he doesn't have to pay child support, or so I could be homeless and not have any help to fight back against the domestic violence and stuff. I mean, that's what he's been doing since 2018, is like framing me as some mentally ill person, claiming that I need some kind of assistance. I don't need mental illness or mental disorder assistance. What I need is witness security because I told on a bunch of sex traffickers, just forced labor. This is what this is. So it is 20 years to life in prison, recording me to for the profit of like exploiting me in any way, plus my descendants. And it's illegal. It's forced labor. You want my attention, then you pay for it. No one's been paying me. So they want me to live with them for free. They want me to like freaking just like not have a job. They want me to not have transportation, not have any phones that work. Um, this is like a social media platform, but if I try to call, I do not get help. I've tried to email, no one has responded. I've gotten some automated email responses, and that's about it. Oh, I got one email from someone from the military saying that that wasn't the place to respond to my request. But I already knew that, and like U.S. Marshals is what I need. I looked up U.S. Marshals deputies in the United States. There are so many vacant spots. There are in complete regions not even represented by anyone in U.S. Marshals. I thought that was very interesting. So, but yeah, I do plan on moving. I either am going to be on the East Coast or the West Coast, probably the West Coast in California because that's where all the tech giants are. And that's where most of the celebrities live. So I'll probably be living on the West Coast, visiting the East Coast like in the summertime and stuff like that. It really depends on how many government contracts I can secure, what they want me to be doing. I have to get witness security or at the least get picked up and just create a separate EIN for government contracts. That way it's not being exploited. And then I would have to go create two new ones. Quantum Nina is still alive. The only thing that expires on the 11th is my domain, quantumnina.com, will be available. It won't be, I'm not going to own it. Like, I have to re register my registration. But I don't really care. It's that domain is literally useless without me. So I don't really care if it expires, if that was their goal this whole time. I mean, ever since I started my business, my husband, my mother, and like just random traffickers have been, I mean, they've been targeting me for 7 years ever since I got telepathy. But every time I have like some kind of milestone that I reach, like I publish a book, oh, time to attack Nita, she has money. I don't have money. You know, everything I've done has been for free or I could afford with minimum wage. I shouldn't have to work a minimum wage job. If you've seen my resume and everything that I can do, I should be operating in a upper middle class function anyway, as far as like my income, how much I should be paid per year. And that's just for like my basic things. Doesn't even count like my superpower services, like my quantum messaging and all that. I should be operating as a billionaire when it comes to quantum messaging, space-time messages, all the stuff I want to do with quantum shuttles, physically picking people up from the future, going to the past using tunnels or roads, picking them up, taking them to the future from the past, dropping them off before they leave to confirm that they returned from the future. Like, you know, actual physical time travel is what I'm trying to achieve, just like Star Trek. It would be cool to have roads on Mars and astronauts if I can perfect this and teleport through space with virtually no time. Then that's like $1 million per person, and this is just the minimum cost, but $1 million per person per year. Or I could charge in distance, like per planet or something. But like commercial, I could partner with all these space people that make spaceships. They may be able to make me space shuttles, so people can go into the future, get information from themselves, have approved information sent back, which is mostly information. But at least you have memories of the future. Like if you go to the future, you get injection to live longer, like of a drug that doesn't exist for another 30 or 50 years, then you got a gift from yourself. Everything at these resorts, which will be space-time resorts or time travelers resorts, they'll be like the icon of the sea level, like size wise and like activities to do, and it'll have all future stuff. It just nothing will be labeled, so no one will know exactly what's in anything. That's the only thing. Like taking people to the future is a tricky business, so those are my plans. It's worth trillions over time, so we'll see.